Hello and welcome back to the Island Project. My name is Nebman, I'm your host and I'm the founder of Nebman Transport. I've recently moved my business to this island in the tropics. Lovely looking island, and I'm hoping to utilise all of the natural resources to, well, make this island prosper. In the previous few episodes, we've basically started off with the center point of the map, which is this town here and this town here. This is Fairfield and this is Oceana. They're the only two towns that are technically on the main part of the island. And we've basically connected them up with a couple of bus routes that go between them. And we'll see if we can spot one of our little buses. Here it is in a very busy bus stop. That's one of our current boats. And that connects all the way to Oceana, which is over here, which is actually quite a nice looking place to be. We'll definitely do some revamping here to make it look super nice. We also built a lighthouse. Don't ask me why, but I built a lighthouse. Businesses wise, we've managed to set these farms up. As you can see, there's loads of grain here. That grain is moving over to this section over here, to this factory which is producing food with all of these trucks. We also have stone turning into brick. As you can see here, our cargo stations are absolutely loaded, full of things. It's crazy. Now, what we want to do is, essentially, there's loads and loads of trucks on the road, and they're so slow. So slow. You guys are so slow. And we want to kind of set up a more efficient way of getting our stuff here to here, and that to there, this to there, and these to here. And I think probably the best bet that we're going to do is maybe set up our first train line. My thoughts would be if we just set up a nice little train hub somewhere in here, somewhere that's not too shabby. Hopefully that will connect up to all of these platforms, and then what we can do is we can run the items on a small train to here, one across to here, and then we'll have this train taking brick and bread all the way to around here somewhere, potentially here, because we want to add some place for shipping so we can ship brick and bread over to here as well, and potentially over to there. So it might be the case that we have our cargo train station down here, which connects to the dock, and then the dock connects to these two, and potentially here, and then we can just throw stuff around everywhere. It'll be fun, it'll be fun. So we will try to do that first, I think. So first things first, let's just have a little look to see what we can kind of do with our trains. I'm going to just put the date on 1/4 again. Good. Right, that's a historical train station. Quite lovely, doesn't it? Passenger station looks nice, but not what we're after today. Let's have a look for a cargo train station is what we need. Just one of these. We need this to connect to both of these. And how we're going to do that is going to be quite difficult, I reckon. I'm going to have to do a little bit of playing around with the roads, I think. So, do we think if we built a road across here, that would give us a potential connection to them both? Okay, interesting. So it gives us a connection to this depot. Is the grain going to go into the factory? Probably, yeah. I don't see why not. But that's not the best angle for our trains, I must admit. So let's have a rethink, see if we can do it an alternative way. Potentially We want it maybe to curve. Maybe like this. Then that'll still connect up. Not to that one. Interessant. Right, I'm doing a little bit of playing around, and I think this angle, although it's not that pretty, is probably going to be our best angle at the moment. So we're going to have to do quite a bit of rethinking of this kind of area, because we want it to be able to connect to all of the factories. The bricks place road depot needs a little bit of love. We're going to have to move that out of the way slightly. But as you can see, it's literally on this fine angle here, which connects all of them together. Once, obviously, we'll move that brick depot. But is it going to be connected up if I destroy this road? That's a good question. The answer is obviously going to be no. Oh, are we asking for too much here, do you think? I think we're asking for too much here. Is there any other way that we can potentially connect this up? This is a tough gig, man. Tough gig. Even if we do that, is that going to link up? No, it's not. It was this connection here that was doing it. Right, I'm going to go for a different idea. So if we do this. Right, so if we get all of our tracks down and then we configure cargo buildings and then put another main building over this side, just in the middle there. And then we link this one up to a road. Let's see what we can do with you. Not really going to be the best angle here. But then again, it doesn't really need to be honest. It just needs to... Actually, that doesn't even matter right now. If we... So then that now links up with all of them, because we've got another access on the other side. Which is wonderful news, isn't it? It's absolutely splendid. Good. So that's nice. That's fine. That works. But we need to think about our road layout here now, because this is a bit ugly. Very ugly, in fact. Also a bit sunken into the ground, but it's quite a cool depot. I think we're going to start off, obviously. We need to stay true to ourselves and smoothing some of this terrain out. Otherwise, you know, we're going to have to quit the series because we're not sticking to ourselves. Smooth the terrain. See if we can make it just that little bit more appropriate. Roads wise, how are we doing, friends? Oh dear, we're gonna have to rework these roads because obviously this track's gonna be coming out. Let's just start off by pulling this track out slightly. Ooh, interesting. Why are you doing that then? Obviously because it's a big hill. Is this gonna have to go follow the road? Because I don't really want to be digging into this cliff like that, do I? Oh dear. So this track building is really proving to be quite the challenge, but we've managed to at least run this track. It's a slight incline, as you can see. It runs kind of along the main road, around here, through this way, it crosses the road here, and then drops into the stone depot just there. It's not perfect, but it does the job. And no, it's not going to be a fast train at all, because it's we're in 1909, so it's not going to be anything too crazy, but it certainly does the job and connects up there, so that's not a problem whatsoever. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to double track this. I just want to run a secondary track basically alongside it, just so that if we get busier, because this is our only brick or way of producing brick, we're going to need to probably have quite a lot of it, so we'll double track it the whole route, and then at least when we do that, we're going to be pretty ready for whatever comes next, essentially. We might have to slightly adjust this station, because I think I've double tracked the wrong side. Of course I have. Why wouldn't I have? Of course. I mean, it doesn't actually matter, because just bring it into there, because we can just put signals on like that. That's no dramas at all. And then at least we have this track double tracked. It's going to be a tough gig. We're going to need quite a powerful engine to be pulling this train along here, but oh my gosh, it's going to look very scenic. That's going to be cool. I think the main thing for this island is, yes, it's just not big enough and the train's not fair enough to have some fast, high speed, efficient trains. So we're just working with the terrain and doing what we can with what we're given, essentially. And I don't have a problem with that. I think that would be quite cool. I think it'll be a nice little addition. So what I just need to do is connect these tracks up like so. I'm just going to put this there. And where is our entrance? Just here. We'll see if we can crissy-crossy. Allows us to crissy-crossy? No, I don't think it will. I think it's because we're slightly on a corner. Yeah, I don't think this angle is the one for trying to cross tracks, is it? I mean, to be fair, we probably don't even need to. We just need use one platform. Let's put signals down now. This is going to be coming towards us. And we'll put that just here. That's going to be going away from us. That shouldn't be a problem. That one's going away. Let's just check this out. Look. Pop that there. Pop that there. Hopefully that will work out for us. Fingers crossed. Who knows? Who knows? The next connection that I want to do is these two farms here. I just want to connect that up to the kind of main sort of hub as well. So we will start off by, we might have to build a road connection here. Otherwise, our train station is going to be at quite a weird angle. I mean, I don't think that's going to work at all, is it? We just pop something like that across. What is that going to help us? I mean, no, not at all. We're still at a very weird angle. We can't connect it to both factories, which is annoying. But we can. Hopefully, it draws the grain straight out of the parts that it's attached to. But if not, we can just do truck drop-off points, can't we, to the station, which is not a problem. So I think our best bet is going to be to just pop this slightly angled train station just come up just here like that, and then we need that track track to connect to the main hub, and I'm thinking of the best route. Because obviously this one's a bit skew if I'm looking at this properly, although it's going to be expensive, it might be worth tunneling through. Might just be worth tunneling through. Let's see what happens if we try and tunnel through. Let's just have a quick look. Is it going to allow us to tunnel? It does allow us to tunnel. 111 grand. That's not actually that expensive, to be fair. So, I mean, is it a slight gradient, isn't it? We flatten that down a bit. That should be nice and straight. And we'll basically just continue to bring that round, which is actually now quite expensive. All that. Oh, is that one a bridge? No, thank you. What does that look like? Oh dear. I mean, technically speaking, it connects. Whether it connects nicely or not is another question, because I mean, it goes through. This bit I don't really like. The tunnel's fine. It's just this sort of section here. I'm wondering if it makes more sense for us to just try and straighten that out. That still goes slightly to the right, doesn't it? How strange. Maybe if we just pull it straight out and then curve it from here, it will have no reason to go right and then left. Yeah, cool. It's fine. It's just slightly steeper hill, but if we're only pulling grain, then it might be alright. We don't know. Well, there's only one way to find out, everybody. That's fine. We need to double track that as well, because I feel like we're going to be throwing a lot of grain down these lines. So let's just double track this. We are going to be burning quite a lot of money on this cargo area, but it's worth it if we want to make some dollar bills. Bringing that all the way around, following the tracks, and just connect to there. And then we'll just signal this up. We'll make you which way do I want to go? I think it makes sense to have it that way, because then they're off the road, off the rail, aren't they? We just pop them there. The right-hand track goes towards to link up a connection. Like that. Right-hand track goes towards. Hopefully that'll work. That's prior to the junction. Only one way to find out, of course. I mean, it does the job. There's only one way to kind of find out whether or not this is going to work. We'll have to test it, I think. Right, so just ignore these for the moment. I'm going to destroy these. I just need it to get the trains out. So first things we need to do is set up a line which will go from here to here. And that'll be stone 1 for the train. We need a line from here to here. That'd be grain, 1 for the train. That's basically it, very simple. What are these lines saying? For some reason they're using... Oh, it's platforms, that's why. If we change you to terminal... Which terminal's which? Why can't I see the lines? That doesn't help me. Okay, yeah, so that's correct. So that will go out that way and in this way. Perfect. Then that one will go out and in. Lovely, so that seems like that's working correctly. Now let us purchase some trains. Well, our first trains. What have we got then? So let's just have a quick look to see what our fastest cart is, which is going to be about 80 kilometers an hour. Not very quick, but it is what it is. What should we go for? That's got 8 space, that's not much. These have 12 space. I think we'll go with these 12 spaces here. We'll go with decisions. I think we'll go with essentially a flat car with sidewalls used to transport goods that can be dumped or shoveled. Interesting. We'll go with... Are these any shorter? That's 8 meters. That's 20 meters. So we're transporting the same amount, but for shorter distance, which means we can technically fit more on. So let's just add... Still only 56 meters. Add them, and then we'll get ourselves a beautiful steam train. We haven't unlocked any of the others. We need something that's got a bit of denseness. A nice bit of pulling power would be ideal. You're alright. It's quite a nice looking train, but I don't think that's what we're after. 441, 400. I mean, to be honest with you, most of these will be fine. That's got 700 power. That's 150. I feel like maybe the 10-wheeler. That's mediocre. What about... That's mediocre. They're all kind of mediocre, aren't they, really? Yeah, we're not going to get much better than that. So I might go for this one then. Nice looking... No, this one. Oh, that's 1,000 watts of power. We'll go with... How much more expensive is this? We'll go with this one. It's cheaper. That's only 99 meters, but it's 120 capacity. We're going to need 2 trains. Actually, we'll just buy 1. And then, yes, we'll allocate you to stone 1. And we'll just kind of see what happens. Because the question is whether or not it will pick up any items as it is. Quite a cute little train, to be fair. Well, hey, send it, son! Exciting. Our first train, and the route's actually quite nice. For this. I'm very skeptical whether it's going to pick anything up or not, but we'll see. Oh, it is. It looks like it is. Well, hey. It's still pretty short as well, the train, so if this starts filling up quite a lot, then we can always extend that train out, but that looks pretty good if you ask me. I think the other one is going to be the problem, the grain. So let's have a look at the grain and see if we can fix that. Yes, let's have a little look. Right, so our new grain train is on the move, as you can see, looking handsome as ever. We just need to figure out whether it's actually going to pick anything up, because it's just the depots that are connected, not the factories, so I don't actually think we're going to get any grain to the station, which is annoying. So what we'll have to do is find out, well, essentially we're going to have to put one of these down, truck unload stop, just a whack that there, and then we'll sneakily, that's Upper Providence, we want to drop that there, get rid of that. We want to do the same with this one. Have a look at that line. And that's up in Minneapolis. We want to add the drop-off point here, get rid of that one. And then hopefully these chaps will just drop it into the grain station. Yeah, which they are doing perfectly. We could probably cut down the vehicles as well once we progress. Matey Boy's train here will turn up like a cool guy and then disappear with the grain. This will just take a little bit of time to sort itself out because they're going to be across the map at the moment. But hopefully once that starts happening, all will be better. This is now going to fill this tremendously with brick. Problem number 2. Yes, problem number 2 indeed. Because we don't need this anymore. So if we go into here, we manage these vehicles. We allocate them to a different line, maybe brick 1. Yeah, probably brick 1. Oh, no. Ah, now I've done it. Manage vehicles. This slot, go to brick 1. Just for now, because we don't need your line anymore. Stone 1 can go in the bin. That means basically everything is now going to go onto our train platform, which means our choo-choo train will take a lot more through, hopefully. So let's just watch him hopefully get filled up. It's making us some money already, decent. I have a feeling this is probably going to fill up pretty much straight away now. So we'll just have a quick look to see how it's getting on, and it might be a case that we have to make it bigger already. What you got? Oh no, it's doing alright. 106 out of 108. Not bad, not bad. Good. And then over here, absolute chaos. What on earth? Oh my gosh, yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade this bad boy. Yeah, he's pretty full. Yes. Oh, actually, no, we might just, well, yes, no, let's do that. We'll adjust the train, add a few more. Keep it mediocre, modify that, which will give us a slightly higher capacity. If it still needs more, then we will essentially put another train in. So our stone or construction materials plant is absolutely rammed full of good stuff. So we are producing loads of brick, which is awesome. We need to just show this a bit of love for the time being, because quite frankly it's quite overwhelmed. Maybe just add a couple of small storage buildings to it as well, just to keep up the space. We might even look at Fairfield Exchange. We can allow them to use both terminals if needs be. Perfect. And then you're coming back with nearly a full load of stone, which is good. There's tons of bread in there. What's going on here then? Where's our train full of goodies? Here you are. Is that going to then go directly into here? Good, perfect. And then that'll directly go into here, and then we're going to have so much food and not enough people to move it. Brilliant! I've just gone to the city to look what's going on, and we've just got tons of bricks all over here. Just queuing to drop off the bricks, which is not sure if that's ideal. We'll have to figure something out with that in the near future, I think, because that ain't right. So for today's episode, I think that will do. The next episode, we're going to work on trying to get our bricks and food all the way to the other cities, because bringing in the resources in to create them is great, but having to still truck them the whole way is not so great. So we'll look at trying to connect it to the different places in the next episode. But if you've enjoyed it, enjoyed the video, or if you've made it this far in the video, then comment trains. Just comment down below trains, and I'll know that you are a legend that watches my videos. Let me know if you've got any suggestions, tips, or anything like that, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Goodbye.